Let me tell you where things are headed here at the channel, and then I want to walk you through how to actually tell when your veg is ready to pick, because that's one of the skills that nobody really teaches you. And getting it right is the difference between veg at its absolute best and veg that's gone woody, gone bitter, or gone watery. But first, who I am. So I'm Connor. I'm the guy behind Steve's Garden. I'm not the face of the garden. I'm not the face of the channel. I'm not the face of the garden either. I'm the one behind the scenes, the editor, the one who organizes all the footage, who takes it all and puts it together in a way that actually makes sense by the time the video gets to you. And where things are headed right now is we've got a real pile of stuff filmed and waiting. And it's largely waiting on me. I'm at the desk most nights, working through it, getting it all ready for you. So there's a lot coming. If it's ever quiet between uploads, that's just me taking my time to do each video properly. So thank you for sticking with the channel. It genuinely keeps me going. Now, knowing when to pick. So let me go through the main ones here, the main crops, because every crop has its own little tell. Tomatoes. So wait for a deep and even color all over on the tomato, and then give one tomato a very gentle squeeze. It should have just a little bit of give to it. So not a rock and not mushy. A ripe tomato also comes away from the vine with barely a tug. If a storm's coming or the season's ending, you can pick them when they're still a touch underripe and let them, finish off in the windowsill, on the windowsill. Courgettes / zucchini, depending on where you are in the world, the big mistake here is leaving them too long. They're at their best when they're small and young, around 6 to 8 inches. And when they're tender, that's when they're tender and full of flavor. Leave them and they swell up into a giant watery marrow that isn't really worth much. And they grow shockingly fast. So check your plants every single day in the season. You'll be amazed what appears overnight. Cucumbers. Similar story. Pick the cucumbers while they're firm and green and a good size before they start to turn yellow or bloat up, because once they go over, they get bitter and seedy on you. And the more you pick, the more the plant keeps producing. So stay on top of your cucumbers. Beans. You want to pick the beans when the pods are firm and you can just feel the beans starting to fill out inside, but before they bulge right out and the pod goes all tough and stringy. Snap one, it should be crisp and snap clean. And like a lot of these, the more you pick, the more the plant gives. So go over them regularly. Peas are similar. The pods should be plump and rounded and filled out, but still bright green and tender. The best test in the whole garden, honestly, is to just open one and eat the peas raw. If they're sweet, it's go time. Now for leafy greens and lettuce. Don't wait to chop the whole head off. You can pick the outer leaves a few at a time, as much as you need, and the plant just keeps growing on from the middle. The key is you want to harvest the plant bolts. That's when it shoots up, like to flower in the heat. And once it does, the leaves turn bitter. So getting them while they're young and sweet is what you want to do. Onions and garlic give you a really clear sign. When the green tops start to flop over and turn yellow and die back, that's the plant telling you it's done. So stop watering, lift them, let them dry out properly before you store them away. Root veg like carrots and beetroot, you can't see them. So the trick is to just brush a little soil away from the top of the root, at the shoulder, and have a look at how far it's gotten. Pull them once they're a decent size, and don't leave carrots in there for too long or they can turn woody. And peppers, you get a choice. You can pick them green, or you can leave them on the plant to ripen up to a red or a yellow, which makes them sweeter. Just wait for them to be firm and glossy either way. Potatoes are a fun one because they're hidden away out of sight. For new potatoes, those small, like waxy ones, you can start gently feeling around in the soil once the plants have flowered. For a big main crop to store, wait until the foliage on the top is yellowed and dyed right back. And that's your cue to dig the whole lot up. Sweet corn has a brilliant tell. You watch the silks, those tassels hanging off the top of the cob, and when they've gone brown and dry, peel back a bit of the husk and press a kernel with your nail. If the juice that comes out is milky, it's perfect. If it's still watery and clear, give it a few more days. And for winter squash and pumpkins, the ones you store, you want the rind gone hard. So hard that you can't dent it with your fingernail. The skin has gone dull rather than shiny, and the stem starting to dry and crack. That's when they're cured enough to keep for months. The one rule that ties it all together is to pick often. The more you harvest, the more the plants keep cropping for you. So pick in the morning when everything's at its freshest and crispest. There's a real reason for the morning thing. Plants are plump with water and sugars first thing in the morning before the day's heat just draws it back out of them. So everything's crisper and sweeter, and it keeps longer once it's picked. And when you're really not sure, just taste one. Your mouth will tell you straight away whether the veg is ready. So there you go. A quick run through of the tells for all the main crops. So you learn these and you'll be picking everything at its absolute peak. And don't be afraid to get a little wrong, while you're learning. You'll quickly get a feel for each crop. And honestly, a slightly early pick is almost always better than a sad, woody gone over one. So that's where things are headed on the channel, and that's the tip for today. So thank you for being here and for sticking with the channel. It really means a lot. There's loads more in the way. I'm on it. Go see what's already out there in the garden. Go see what's ready to be picked, and I'll catch you in the next one.